Hello, my darlings. Well, guess what today is? It's the 1st of March, and it happens to be my wedding anniversary. So I thought I would tell you all about how my husband and I met. Well, we met in a scout hut. Yes, would you believe a scout hut? My husband to be, who I did not know was going to be my husband. Well, I had volunteered for the Cubs to help out with the children because it was something that I wanted to do. And unbeknownst to me, while I was there in the Cub department, talking to the Cubs, I was leaning bent over a desk, and a candle had been lit that the Cubs were using, and I didn't notice. And I must have got too close to the flame, and obviously I'd caught on fire. Well, my husband to be noticed and came across and just gave me five of the best and cracked me straight across the backside, like that. And I obviously leapt up and I was going, oh, oh, who's hit me? Why would they hit me? I'm in a children's environment. I'm with the Cubs, and my husband just looked at me and he's rubbing his hand because it caught his hand and it burned his hand. And from that moment on, we just locked eyes on each other, and it was. We haven't been separated since. And that's 25 years ago to this day that I caught on fire and he put the flames out, obviously burning his hand at the same time. And obviously, I did not know that he was going to be my husband. But 2 years on the same day, on the 1st of March, we said A up, and he went A up, and we said how do, and we were married, you know. And it was just the most wonderful, wonderful day. And that was 23 years ago that we got married, but 25 years ago on this day that we met, that I was on fire and he was putting the flames out. And I swear to God, I have never been smacked across the backside quite as hard in all my life. But it could have been really bad. I could have gone up in flames. I might not even be sat here talking to him. Exactly. Well, let me tell you about our wedding day. Now, we got married in a register office because my husband's been married before. And you have the hatch, match, and dispatch, right? Which is your birth, deaths, and marriages. Well, on this particular day at the register office, they had decided that they were going to change the signage. So I was already feeling a little bit flustered, and I ran into the registry office, full white gown. Well, actually, it was ivory, and I had my tiara on and veil, bouquet of flowers, bridesmaids behind me, and I ran into the wrong room. I obviously no signage, did not know where I was going. I ran into the room where a woman was registering the death of her husband, with all her family there. And I ran in and I said, I'm getting married and I'm looking for my husband. And the lady just burst into tears and said, I'm registering my husband's death. And all the family are there and they're like looking at me as if to say, what on earth? And I'm like going a bit red, holding a bouquet, saying, looking at the registrar, eyes pleading, like, please help me. And she looked on in horror. The family's looking on in horror. The woman's bursting into tears. She's sobbing her eyes out. She's looking at me. Bridesmaids are behind me. I just wanted the world to just swallow me up at that moment in time. And bearing in mind I was pregnant as well, yeah, I had to alter the dress because we were about 5 months along, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like looking at them. And I was like looking at the registrar, and she suddenly gathered her thoughts, And she goes, "Oh, you're in the wrong room." I'm thinking, no. Exactly. Not wanting to swear, because obviously there could be children watching this. And I'm thinking, no, really, I'm in the wrong room. Well, I'd have never guessed. Hey, I got up the stairs. And she goes, no, you need to be upstairs. And I said, oh, thank you very, very much. And I said, I'm sorry for interrupting. And I tried to, scuttle out as fast as I could. And the lady looked very confused. She goes, how did you get confused? And I said, well, there's no signage outside. And she goes, oh yes, today they're changing the signage. I said, well, where's the emergency signage? A piece of paper that says get married upstairs, bury him down here. And the lady just looked at me and she goes, I'm terribly sorry, but you need to be on the top floor. I said, well, fine, thank you very much. So off I ran up the stairs, and I got in, and it was just about 10 minutes or so before we go in and get married. And my husband to be looked at me and he said, gosh darling, you seem absolutely gorgeous, but why are you so flushed? I said, oh, don't worry darling, I'll tell you after the wedding, after we got married. And they went, okay. And bridesmaids are laughing at the back, and I'm a bit flushed. My parents are looking at me a little bit strange. My mother-in-law's looking at me a bit odd, and the rest of the family's looking, and I'm just waving and saying, everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's pregnancy. And they're all, oh yeah, pregnancy. Great. Okay, off we go. And here we are, doing what we do. Stood, registrar there, husband, me, bridey, groomie, exchanging vows. We went for traditional vows, and it's 23 years ago on a Friday at 3 p.m. So we've moved obviously one day forward with it because of how the years do that. And it was just such a beautiful day. It was glorious sunshine, absolutely glorious, and I couldn't have asked for a nicer day. It really was a lot of fun. And anyway, as we were when we'd left and we got to the venue when we were having the wedding party, the champagne had been popped, and my husband's having a drink, obviously champagne with clink glasses and everything, and he goes, right, so what happened? So I told him. I absolutely cracked up laughing. Yeah, like you do. He must have said something to the best man, and well, the best man absolutely, he were in tears. He were laughing that hard, and I just thought, oh no, yeah, well, okay, so it's going to come out in the wedding speech, but he did it so lovely. It's my brother-in-law was the best man. My sister, yeah, you know. So it was just wonderful. It really, really was. It was just really good how he did it. He goes, he says, ah, inserting name, Fairy. Well, just call me Fairy. He goes, she did a blinder, lads and lasses. She did a blinder. She ran into the wrong room and tried to marry a dead body. I went, what did not? And he goes, no. He says she ran into the wrong room, asked for where her husband was, and this poor old lady just burst into tears. Well, everybody in the room was absolutely crying with laughter. It's what you do, right? And and that was my wedding day speech from the best man. Have just what I'm asking basically is anyone else on their wedding day run into the wrong venue, where somebody was registering a death? I'm asking because if not, then I it's first, and it happens. But and what I'm trying to say is that may have happened on the wedding day, but I just want everyone to know that it's just been such a good marriage. It really, really has. We've had us ups and downs, of course we have. You know, it's called life. As John Lennon once poetically put, life is what happens while she's busy making other plans. And believe me, I want to know that when I've been on this planet and I've left, everyone will have very fond memories of things that I've done over the years. And, my wedding day was perfect. Yeah, things happen for a reason, right? Usually there's a story and a good tale behind it. But yes, that was my wedding day. And, I would not change a thing. I wouldn't change how we met either. I mean, he basically saved my life, did my husband. He stopped me going up in flames by burning his own hand. So, what a guy. What a super duper guy. I'm just saying that marriages, they have their moments. And, you know, you can laugh about it. Always try to find the funny side of everything. Never go to bed in an argument. Never ever fall out. Air your grievances. Charge it in with a frying pan if it helps. I will say one thing, life is never boring here. We're always having one kind of an adventure or another. But at the end of the day, we love each other very much. And we love our children. And that's all it's about. At the end of the day, that's all anything's about. Love, happiness, and having a spectacular experience on your wedding day. Oh, yes. But yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter because here we are, still living the dream, you know. All right, so this morning I've done the ironing and I've done the washing up and I've made the bed, and you know what that is? It's called life. You cannot be rock and roll 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't think we'd last that long. Sometimes we need the repetitiveness and boring things in life. But did you see the flowers he bought me this morning? They were glorious, and they're in my kitchen window, being beautiful. Their only job is to be beautiful and to smell nice. And I'm just so grateful, truly, truly grateful for the beautiful present. I really am. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll go to the seaside, or if not, we will stay at home. It does not matter. It does not matter one little bit. But I just want to say, when you find your significant other, hold on to them because good people like that don't come around very often. And build a life together and enjoy each other's company. And if you're really lucky, you'll have some beautiful children. And they will eventually stop annoying you. No, they don't annoy me at all. No, they're good girls. They really are. They've worked very hard these last few years getting their degrees, and the other one's on the way to getting her degree. It's her third year this year, and then she's going on to do her masters. So I'm very proud of that little egg. And my other little egg, well, she's progressing in her nursing, and that's all that we could ever hope for her, that she has the life that she wants, and the other one has the life that she wants. And if they have a wedding day, quite like the mum and dad's, good on them. So anyway, that was how my husband and I met, and that was our wedding day. I hope we've been entertaining for you, my darlings, and thank you very much for tuning in. If you like what I do, you can always give me a thumbs up, and if you really like what I do, you can always give us a follow, because you never know where the day is going to take us. Indeed, it's always an adventure with the fairy. And Monty, of course, who's currently outside playing in a pile of leaves. I hope he's having fun. Take care, my darlings. I hope you're all reading fantastic books. And if you have any funny wedding tales that you would like to share, please do. I'd love to hear them. Take care, my darlings. Bye bye.